Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to DIY Art Blast. So today I'm gonna make a very quick and easy painting that everybody can paint it but still have fun, right? Okay, so if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel and also like this video if you enjoy watching this. And let's start painting. So this painting is, again, it's super easy. It's gonna be very simple brush strokes that I'm gonna show you today, and these are the color I'm gonna be using today. So now I know, so let me tell you, I was painting something else, so I still have this paint left, so I thought of let's paint another painting. So these are the color I'm mostly gonna be using today. So this color is from Hippie Crafters. Now you don't have to use the colors that I'm using. You can definitely use other brand if you like. So again, this is from Hippie Crafters, and these are acrylic paints, and this comes in a pack of 20. Alright, so again, you can definitely use a different brand if you like, but this is what I'm using right now, and these are the color I'm using. So I'm mostly gonna use this blue, this green, red, orange, this is yellow, and white, and maybe a little bit of black also. So, and I'm also gonna be using a little bit of brown here, which I don't have any here, so I'm gonna add that. Okay, so let's start. So if you like to know the exact name of this color, let me tell you one by one. So this one, it says mild yellow. This one says I don't even know how to pronounce this. Correct, it's red. This is orange yellow, it's just the orange. This is green. Now if you don't have this green, all you have to do is mix green and the white together and you're gonna get this color. Okay, and then this culprit blue. Now this blue is slightly lighter, so, and I'm also using this white, and those are the color I'm using, and also black, it's just black. Okay, so ignore what's going on my canvas, I just repaint my canvas. Okay, so I'm gonna use this brush. If you like to know where I get it from, I'm gonna put the link down below. Now that's not gonna be the exact of this brush that I'm using, but it's gonna be similar because I don't even know where I get this one from. And I'm also gonna be using this round brush, and this is number 6. And this one right here is the smallest brush, is number 0. I bought this from Amazon, and it's I use it a lot, like almost every single painting. Okay, and make sure you grab a cup of water and also paper towels, so you can also paint with me if you like. All right, so now I like to work on my sky first. Yes, I'm gonna add some nice sky here. Okay, so I'm gonna use a little bit of white and a little bit of blue. Okay, so start with the lightest blue, always make it darker. Okay, so now I'm just gonna add this kind of lines. Oops, my white is not spreading, it's kind of stuck. Okay, that's better. Okay, now I'm just gonna cover my whole canvas. I'm just going up and down. I just need more white. Alright, so as you can see, I make it slightly a little bit more darker here. And now I'm just smoothing out all of my brush strokes just very quickly because I'm trying to make this video slightly a little bit smaller than usual, okay? Because I don't have any space on my phone. So okay, so I'm all done. Now I'm gonna have to let this dry for a little bit, but it doesn't have to be like perfectly dry. So make sure you clean your brush. So if you're always painting with me, make sure you clean. And then we can start adding our fans. So I'm gonna add some fans here, and it's super easy. I'll show you how to do that. So I'm gonna just keep cleaning because these brushes are hard to clean sometimes. My paint are still wet. You still can see that, I know. So I'm just gonna take some white. My white is not white. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so now I want to add some clouds, and this is gonna be it's really windy here, so you cannot see any of my clouds really nicely. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from here and then make a swirl, little swirl, like that. So something like that. I'm just gonna keep making swirls, and that's all I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing one more time. Little paint, same thing here, I guess. So this is, again, like I said, this is super easy brush strokes. Everybody can do this. Okay, I'm gonna do maybe one more time. Little paint, little clouds here. Maybe a little here. Okay, I'm gonna go on this one more time. I want to make some area more whiter, more bright, I mean. So the sun is hitting my cloud, and this area is slightly more white. Okay, so same thing for this one. I have a little paint of chunks. The new paint I bought last time, it become like this, so I never recommend buying this one paint from Amazon. Don't buy it. I am gonna show you a picture at the end, but you know, don't buy this. You see, it's white. This is the white I'm using, but I don't have any other choice because I bought the whole gallon and I cannot return. So I didn't even open that bottle for a month, so I didn't even know that what's going inside. Okay, so always read the review, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so just a little paint on this cloud too. So okay, so that's all I'm gonna do, I guess. And now I'm gonna add some fans I was talking about. And make sure you clean your brush. I'm gonna use my same brush, but you can also use your other flat brush if you have any. Okay, so I'm gonna start actually, you know what, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna keep changing my mind, but I'm gonna use my flat brush. I really want to use something that is a little smaller. So okay, so now I'm gonna use just brown paint. So let's say I'm gonna take a little brown. Now if you like to watch me first for this part, you get more idea, I guess, and then you can add your fans. So let me show you like one more trick for this. So you can also grab maybe a stick, I guess, or ruler. Okay, so you can also grab a stick. Now I know my paint are still wet, but I'm just gonna hold it on the air like that. Okay, and I'm just gonna touch my ruler like that. I'm just gonna start adding a fans from maybe here, and I'm gonna bring it all the way down like that. And it's not gonna be straight, but somewhat it's gonna straight. Okay, another one. Like that. Kind of a little straight. Okay, so after you add this line, I'm just gonna add like a little line, kind of a little triangle on the top, so like that. think I like that. Okay, so let's do that same thing. I'm not gonna use my ruler. That's okay. Or I should have. And I'm gonna just use the brown for now. Let's start with the one here and see how that goes. I'm just gonna use a little water. I'm just gonna fill everything inside. You can also paint the sides if you like. Okay, so I'm done covering this fence. Now I'm gonna also add one more line that's connecting these all lines. So for that, I'm just gonna use my brown paint, and I take a little bit of water because my paint is kind of a little thick. So let's see. So I'm gonna add like a one nice small line in a one stroke so that I get a line that is kind of a, you know, not a straight, but what I don't want to do is add one line here and one line down here. It's not gonna look good, right? So what I'm gonna do is maybe I'm gonna start from here and I'm gonna add a line there. Okay, I'm gonna add another line next to that because I want to make it slightly a little bit thicker. Okay, so I'm just gonna go here and just here now. Okay, all right, so now we can go back and add a little bit of white here, a little bit of water on that chunky paint, and then I'm just gonna add some lines like that, just a random lines. Okay, so after I add that line, I'm just gonna go up and down, back and forward, like that. Just maybe 1 or 2 times because I don't want to cover my whole fence with the one color here, right? This is just gonna give a little illusion of wood. So I'm gonna add a little bit more white, but let's do this first. Okay, so just a little white again, mostly on the left side, so something like that. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna stop right here, and now I'm gonna clean my brush and I'm gonna grab my small brush. So I want to add some kind of little shadow, so I'm gonna use my black paint and just adding a little bit of water here because my paint is kind of a little thicker, so I just want to make it slightly a little thin here. Okay, so now I want to add the shadow on my right side. So let me show you on this one here. So I'm just adding a line on top of my brown right here. Now I'm making it nice and thicker here. Okay, and then I'm gonna add another line right here. And I'm going on my brown area, not on the blue. Okay, so let's do that for all of our other lines we have here. No, there is nothing here, but you know, just a little line there too. I also want to add this black line, a little bit of black I mean, underneath this line. So maybe under this line right here. Okay, I like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean my brush and add a little bit of more white. You know, one line maybe here. Just highlighting on this top of this line here. So just adding line there. Alright, and I'm also gonna add another line right here. Okay, so doesn't have to be straight line, like you can also add a line that looks like this. Like if you can add a nice line there, I mean a straight line there, you can also do that. And also adding a little touch of white right here on top of this area. Okay, I'm done with the fence. Alright, so now the next part we're gonna do is add some flowers. But before we do that, I also want to do one more thing with the black paint, which is adding a little dot of black where this wood is connecting this wood. So what I mean is just a little dot middle of this area, so this nail. Alright, so let's do this with all of our fans. I mean all of our wood. Okay. Now I'm gonna move on to my next part, which is adding flowers. But if you want to let this dry before you move on to your next part, it's a good idea. Okay, so you can also do that. Now let's start adding some flowers. So before I add any flower, I want to add some grass coming from bottom and up. So let's do that. It's just a little darker green here, I guess. So this green is, I don't even know how to pronounce this, but you can pause the video. Okay, so now I'm gonna make my paint a little thinner because it's easy to apply it Okay, so starting from bottom, I'm bringing my paint up like that. So again, starting from bottom and up, up, bottom, up, bottom, up. Some of them are like really tall. No, that's why I said earlier, there is no right, no wrong. You can just play around with this and see how it goes. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some flower stems, or you can also add a flower first. So I really want to add some flower first, so I'm gonna grab my round brush, and for this I'm gonna use my white paint. I'm gonna take my white paint and let's say I'm gonna add my flower, maybe one right here. So what I like to do is just add a nice little circle, and this is where my flower is gonna be. Okay, so just adding over a circle, maybe right here. And another one is gonna be down here. Okay, now I'm gonna add some colors. So I'm gonna start with the yellow first. So I'm gonna take some yellow, and I'm gonna start from bottom and add this kind of lines. So what I'm basically doing is, let me show you on a piece of paper. So adding this kind of lines, almost like a C, you can say, like that, but these are all kind of touching each other. So, and it doesn't have to be really perfect, because at the end we're gonna do something that's where you're not gonna see any shape. Okay, so that's all. Another here. So if you want to watch me first for these flowers, it's super easy, trust me guys, you can do this. All I'm doing is just adding this color here. And if you let your paint dry, it will be so much easy. My paint is still wet. Okay, so here I'm all done adding my yellow. Now I'm gonna clean my brush. Okay, so here I'm gonna take a little orange. I'm gonna do the same thing again. Maybe a little less orange. So the last color I'm gonna use is red. And I'm cleaning my brush for that. I don't have to, but okay. So a little red. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna add a little bit of white here. And I'm using a good white, not a chunky white. So again, I'm gonna take a little white, and I'm almost like placing it. So like that. I'm just kind of placing on places on a flower. Okay, so like that. Okay, so I did with these two flowers. Now you can also, okay, so what I am gonna tell you is super easy. So for this part, actually use this kind of a brush which have kind of a pointy back like that, and not like flat back. You can see the difference, I guess. I hope so. So again, not a flat back, kind of a little pointy back. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the back of my brush and just gonna start from the center and make a swirl. Oops, I'm sorry. So again, just gonna start from center and making a swirl like that. I'm not touching my canvas. I'm just going on the paint area. Now you can do this maybe 2-4 times on top of it to make it looks more better, I guess. So something like that. Now this is one way. I didn't do this last flower, which is I'm gonna show you slightly a different way, just in case if you are not comfortable doing the way I'm gonna show you now. You can also do the way that I show you here. Okay, so what I did is take a little bit of white here, and then I'm gonna add that swirl that I show you here, but with the brush and paint this time. So start from center and adding this swirl like that. Now I'm gonna take a little bit more paint. I need more paint. You can also go very slow and almost place your paint like that. Now you can do it this way if you like, but if you're not comfortable doing this way, you can also do it this way. But I always like to use my brush and also go on the edges and make it look like there are some, you know, petals. Okay, so let's go back here. I also want to do the same thing. Okay, so I'm almost done adding those swirls. Alright, so I'm all done with this flower. I'm gonna also add another flower right here, and this is gonna look something like this. It's not bloomed, still waiting. Okay, another one maybe right here, I guess. Okay, one last I want to really add here. This is almost like a white, but you know, I really want to use a different color too. So okay, so that's one, and another one, last one gonna be here. Okay, so let's start adding some leaves. So I'm not happy with this flower, so I'm gonna add more white. Alright, so now I can start adding some leaves I was talking about. But before that, I'm gonna add stems. And for that, I'm using my same darker green. And I know I'm not gonna add anything for this one. I'm just gonna add one for this one. Okay, and maybe this one goes here, I guess. So something like that. Also adding something that cross. Okay, so now I know how the bottom of the flower looks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add like a couple lines. So maybe starting from bottom here and then adding little lines like that. So again, something like that. I also want to use this lighter green. So just in case if you don't have this green, you can also use a white and green, mix it together to make it lighter green. Okay, so now I'm just gonna add some more stems and some leaves. So for this, I'm just using my yellow paint, and what I'm gonna do is add just a little flower that looks something like this. This paint is super drying. It's kind of drying. Okay, so again, similar to this shape, but slightly small one. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it very randomly. And with the red, I don't really want to add any flower. All I'm gonna do is add some dots on the bottom area here. So actually I'm gonna use my small brush for that. It's gonna be easy and small. So something like that. And I also want to add a little bit of white. Red on this flower. So something like that. Orange. I'm gonna do the same thing with the yellow. I'm gonna go back on my flower because I wanna add a little bit of white. So and a little bit of red for this flower. Alright, I guess here I'm all done, but I'm gonna do one more thing, which is adding more white on the clouds. Okay, so I take a little white and adding a little bit of more white here. Okay, that's good. Here I'm all done with this painting. Alright, so yeah, that's it with this painting. I hope you guys all enjoyed painting with me, and if you do, make sure you give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel to see step-by-step painting, and you can also paint if you like. And yeah, that is it with this painting, and I will see you next time for another painting or maybe DIY. Alright, take care, bye.